morning and thanks for joining me. I've decided to do a slightly different video log than normal, and this time I'm going to show how I plan one of my photography trips as well as how I take the photos along the way. Today being Friday the 12th of May, and after over 10 days of almost continuous sunshine and clear skies, we now have some breaks which is going to deliver some nice shots. So I've decided to head west through West Cork, onwards to Kerry and finishing on the Dingle Peninsula on Saturday evening. So to begin, I start and look and see where I'm going to go. I look at my maps, create the destinations and then driving directions to each, before then grouping them by day. Starting with today, I'm going to head west through Cork and then end up on Mizen Head for sunset before heading to Glengariff to park up for the night, ready to shoot and begin day 2. Day 2 is onwards through to Killarney and onto the Dingle Peninsula, and on the final day I'm going to head to these locations depending how the weather permits. One of the first things I'll always do is I will check to see what the sunrise and sunset times are, as well as the tides, to see how favourable they're going to be for the different locations. Looking at the weather forecast, it tells me it's going to be a very mixed weekend with sunshine, showers, which should be good to give mixed light. And finally, it's a matter of looking at some of the locations I'm going to go to, see how they line up with the sunlight and see what sort of light I'll get on each of the subjects. I'm going to continue to do the blog each day, and I might even check in on Facebook along the way. It's going to be an interesting few days, and I hope that I can stick to my plan, but I also hope that I'll be able to change my plan depending on how the weather is. So the first location on my weekend of photography in the area of West Cork and Kerry, and I've come to Timoleague, which has an abbey which sits right on the water. And as I knew from looking at the tides, the tide wouldn't be favourable, but I said I'd come to the one area where I knew there would be at least a bit of reflections anyway, at least. I have my camera set up, I've taken a couple of shots. I'm not really happy about the shots because there seems to be a delivery van with great branding placed right in the middle of the image, so I have to do what I have to do and take the photo while I'm here. Maybe I'll clone it out when I'm in post-processing, but it's an interesting location and the reflection should be quite nice. I'll show you what I'm looking at here, if you can see behind me. So that is the Timoleague Abbey, and the water is relatively calm. I've done a mixture of long exposures and standard exposures, and I'll see how they turn out when it gets in post. But just a very quick stop on my route, and I wanted to check it out here. It's a lovely location, and the weather, as predicted, was going to be grey. It is grey, but I do see some light on the horizon, so that's the direction I'm heading later on. So I might actually end up being lucky and getting nice light towards the end of the evening, which is hopefully the aim of the game. So yeah, just a quick check-in now, and onwards I will go.